So welcome to my channel Electronics on Wheels. So today's topic is DPF, which is diesel particulate filter. So we will understand what is DPF and then we will move to the DPF history, then how it started, and then we will understand how long should a DPF last, what is the time duration, and then we will try to understand what is the DPF regeneration, and in second last we will start to define that what are the type of DPF regeneration, and we will try to understand that how this DPF regeneration happens, and in last we will this come to the conclusion where we will see that how we should take care our vehicle during the DPF regeneration. So let's move to the what is the DPF. So DPF stand for diesel particulate filter, and this plays an important role in diesel engines. DPFs are designed to trap and store the particulate matter that is soot and that is produced by the diesel engines during the normal driving. The DPF allows the exhaust gases with particulate material to enter the DPF where the soot is trapped inside the filter and allowing the cleaner exhaust gases to exit into the atmosphere, which then reduces the exhaust emission from the engine. So this is all about the DPF and the working of the DPF. So let's start with the DPF history. So as you know that we love clean airs, and I also appreciate the way it smell after a rain, especially out in the countryside. On the other hand, the smell of exhaust fumes is sickening and potentially deadly. We all have probably seen a vehicle blowing black smoke as it accelerates. If it happened to be a semi truck, we would see the smoke roll and then stop when the driver shifts the gear to then roll again. So whether the engine is gasoline or diesel, air pollution has drastically driven major changes in the transportation industry over the last 60 years. So back in the 1960s, there was a substantial smog problem in Los Angeles, uh, and in response to this, the US enacted the first automobile emission standard in 1963. It was not long until other nations followed in similar footsteps. Japan enacted their first emission rules just 3 years later, and between 1970 and 1972, several European nations as well as the United Kingdom followed the suit. As a result of California emission laws, the positive crankcase ventilation, that PVC valve, was the first component created to help reduce the emission in 1961. In nutshell, it removes the gases called blow by from the crankcase lower block including the oil pan. Fast forward to the late 2000, and the diesel particulate filter DPF first appeared in the Mercedes-Benz sold in California. By the late 2000, they are becoming the common on both passenger cars and commercial trucks around the world. So this was overall DPF history, how it started and where it started. So let's move to the third topic, how long should a DPF last? So DPF filters should typically last for around 1 lakh miles before needing to be replaced. The DPF level of maintenance will have a big impact on how much this figure varies. While a well maintained DPF may even go 1,50,000 miles before needing to be replaced, a badly kept DPF, however, may last much shorter time than the stated figure. To help the extended life and maintain the performance of DPF, a process known as DPF regeneration and can be used to clean the filter and restore its performance. So now we will understand what is the DPF regeneration as it required to maintain the DPF filters. So DPF regeneration referred to the procedure of cleaning and emptying the diesel particulate filter to soot that is created by the process of combustion. Burning of soot particulate requires heating the diesel particulate filter to a very high temperature. Active regeneration or passive regeneration are the two methods that can be used to accomplish this. So there are several factors that can affect the effectiveness of DPF generation. So those are like make of the engine, type of the DPF, and the driving condition the vehicle has been put through. So for example, the engine that are used primarily for the short trip or in stop or go traffic may require more frequent regeneration to prevent the DPF from becoming clogged. So moreover, certain DPF systems are more likely than other to clog, meaning they may need maintenance more frequently. So now we will understand what are the type of DPF regeneration. So there are two main type of DPF regeneration as we discussed earlier, that is passive and active. However, DPF regeneration can be performed manually using a scan tool. So we will understand passive DPF regeneration occur naturally during the normal driving condition when the temperature of exhaust gases is high enough to burn of the particulate matter. However, this process is not always effective, especially for the vehicles that are used for short trip or in cold weather conditions. Active DPF regeneration, on other hand, is a more controlled process and that is initiated by the ECU engine control unit when the DPF reaches a certain level of saturation. ECU uses various sensors to monitor the exhaust gases temperature, pressure and flow rate to determine when active regeneration is necessary. When DPF is ready for regeneration, ECU inject additional fuel into the engine to increase the temperature of exhaust gases and initiate the cleaning process. During active regeneration, temperature of exhaust gas must reach a certain level to burn off the particulate matter that is accumulated in the DPF. This temperature is typically around 600 to 700 degrees Celsius or 1100 to 1300 Fahrenheit, which is much higher than the normal operating temperature of the engine. To achieve this, engine may run in a high idle mode or a vehicle may be driven at higher speed for a period of time to increase the temperature of exhaust gases. So this is the overall process of active DPF regeneration where we have to do the DPF regeneration through the issue commands. So in conclusion, if I go, so DPF regeneration is a critical process that lowers the harmful emission while maintaining the performance of diesel engine. While active regeneration is more controlled process that is started by engine control unit, and passive generation happens naturally while driving normally. The temperature of exhaust gas is raised during the active regeneration in order to burn off the particulate matter that is accumulated in the DPF. But to make sure DPF keeps working well over the time, proper maintenance is also required. This could involve performing a manual DPF regeneration and, and this is or we have discussed about, or replacing the DPF filter entirely. So this was the overall history and the process of DPF regeneration. So thank you for listening me, and please put your comments below if you need more on the DPF. Please like, subscribe and comment if you like the video. Thank you.